Good morning. Welcome back to Unspoken Exit, a series about suicide, suffering, and staying. So someone opens up to you and says they've been thinking about ending their life. What do? This is one of the most scared, terrifying, and delicate moments you can encounter in any relationship. And how you respond matters. Let's talk about how to hold space when someone entrusts you with that level of vulnerability. First, check in with your own body. You may feel panic, confusion, a surge of emotions, anxiety, fear, all kinds of emotions. Breathe. The person is still here. They've just shared something massive. They don't need your reaction. They need your presence. Pause and breathe. 2. Let them know how much it means that they told you. Thank you for telling me. That must have taken a lot of strength. Or, I'm really honored you trust me with this. Or, I'm so glad you told me. Let them know how much it means that they told you. Because this sets the tone that you're not scared of their truth. And that you value them enough to hold it. You might be feeling scared. You might be feeling lots of emotions. Feeling scared and being scared of their truth are two very different things. Even as a therapist, in session with my clients, I will let them know, hey, right now, I'm feeling some sensations in my body. What are you noticing on yours? Being able to pause and breathe gives us opportunity to check in with our body. Once my client says that, hey, I'm noticing this or this, great. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you for checking in. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for prioritizing yourself. Those can be the biggest 2 steps and the most challenging steps that we can take. But once we get through pause and breathe and thank the other person, we ask without fixing. We're not trying to solve their pain. And we're definitely not trying to solve their pain in one conversation. You're here to understand it. So try saying something more along the lines of, can you tell me more about what's going on? When did this start? What helps you feel even a little bit safer? The more curious you are, the less isolated they feel. There's a difference between asking, when did this start? Versus, when did that start? When did you notice this? Tell me more about it. Oh, versus, tell me more about that. And it doesn't even have to be a complete sentence. I'm thinking about ending my life. Ending your life? Lead them. But it's more important that you're curious. When we're curious, we let them know, which takes us to step 4. It's okay to be scared, but don't let fear turn you into frantic mode, giving frantic advice, spiritual bypassing, immediate calls to the emergency services. Unless the person is actively at risk and unable to keep themselves safe. I let all my clients know. Involuntary hospitalization is not the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, even 10th option that we're looking at. Chances are, before we look at involuntary hospitalization, we're looking at a lot of other things, including voluntary hospitalization. Instead, co-create safety. Ask them, do you have a plan? Do you feel like you can stay safe today? Would it help to talk to a professional together? Co-creating a safety plan creates an opportunity where they are not alone. They have, going back to when we talked about the existential void, they have their co-explorer. They have someone to explore this with. Offer ongoing support, not heroism. You are not their therapist. Even if you are a therapist, one thing that they hammer in our head in grad school over and over again is do not provide therapy to family, friends, people that we know. Why? Because there has to be an emotional disconnect so that we are able to show up. When we are the therapist to someone who we know, who we love, who we want to support, that is unethical. That is a violation, but that is dangerous as fuck. So, even if you are a therapist, you are not that person's therapist. If you hold no degrees when it comes to providing mental health services, you are not a therapist. So do not try to learn how to be a therapist with someone who is currently in a space where they need someone with an elaborate set of resources. You are not a rescue ranger. You are not their 24/7 crisis hotline. When you become their therapist, their rescuer, their 24/7 crisis line, you are now prioritizing them, and there's an internal message that I have to save them. No, you are their friend. You are the person who they trusted enough to tell. You can offer check-ins. You can offer shared moments of joy or shared moments of silence. You can offer helping them find a support group or a therapist, but you cannot do that for them. You do not have the power to keep somebody alive or be the reason why somebody ends their life. Even as a therapist, I don't have that power. If a client is really, really serious and really ready and has it in their mind, if the person really fucking wants to, they are going to find a way. And there is nothing, absolutely nothing I can do to stop it. I can postpone it, I can pause it, I cannot stop it. I am also not the person who will save someone's life. There's nothing. So, what can be offered is check-ins, shared moments, helping them find a therapist or support group together. You're not doing the work for them. But you can also offer time together by doing something grounding. Taking a walk, being out in nature, doing things that bring them back in the present moment. Not one of the biggest components of this is being able, your boundaries are going to be super important. The more flexible your boundaries are, the more your chances are, the more you're transitioning into a therapist, a rescuer, or a crisis line. You cannot prioritize the other person. You can't show up for anybody if you're not first showing up for yourself. It's okay when you pause and breathe and check in with yourself. After you thank them, after you affirm their courage, you can absolutely have the right to say, right now, I need to take care of myself before we can continue in this conversation. Why don't we do something? Why don't we recharge together? Why don't we take some deep breaths? Why don't we tap into a coping skill? Why? You are just as important. You cannot show up for somebody else in this level if you're not first taking care of yourself. And it's okay to invite them in to do some of these things with you. In fact, I do it with my clients all the time. Why don't we just stretch? Why don't we take a deep breath? Why don't we drink some water? What do you need right now in this moment? I need to walk. I need this. I need that. It is super important at every step you're taking care of yourself and you are showing up for them, but we cannot show up for somebody if we're not showing up for ourselves first. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need perfect words. You just need to stay, to care, to witness their humanity without flinching. And in order to do that, you're going to need to take care of yourself. Next, we'll explore how to own our fears of death and how they get in the way, how to navigate them with intention. So thank you all for being here and showing up, and I look forward to seeing you in our next episode. I hope you all have a wonderful, amazing rest of this beautiful day, and I'll see you soon.